bell has sounded. The players are off, and we're going to be focusing on the game between Gukesh and Wei Yi. And we see Gukesh open with the D-pawn. And look at this. It's London calling.
Another London system. Wow. Okay. It's just, it amazes me, the fashion, the openings, how they come in and out of fashion, I mean to say. And now it's like the London has become everybody's favorite.
Oh, but this is like an accelerated, dirty version of the London. Because usually you go H3 and you give yourself a little hiding place for the bishop on H2 and you just focus on development. This one, wow.
No me gusta.
You can see it in the G4 square, and if the plan is not to go H4, H5, what is the idea?
I have no idea. This looks like just something to make a little bit of a game. For me, now that you've weakened G4 square, thank you very much, I would plant the bishop on G4. Probably you would respond bishop E2. I play knight to D7, planning both C5 and E5 as a way of getting more influence in the center. The move
H4 played.
This is kind of an indication that he's looking for a scrap as well, as Black is planning for E5.
One of the advantages of putting the knight on C6 is that E5 comes with a lot more power, because you cannot capture on E5 if a white bishop finds itself on its traditional square of D3. Queen E8, E5 coming to Cinema Liu, Yaza.
Well, indeed. I think the move Queen E8 is a really good move here.
Okay, bishop C4.
Okay, we're about to see E5, and Black has seized the initiative. It's that simple. Bad play.
Totally, but this must be well within Gukesh's preparation, and we do see him blitz out the moves, bishop out to G5. There's no way that Gukesh wanted to exchange pawns in the middle, accelerating the play whilst his king is stuck there in the center. So we see bishop coming out to G5. This has definitely come from Gajewski's cookbook at home. Well, what is the idea? I don't quite get it. The bishop comes on G4.
With a little bit of a threat.
Yes,
E5, E4. Thank you for the pin.
And now the queen, the queen must move, but where can she move to? A4, bishop takes knight, is that something? What are the ideas of knight to e4 in the air?
Yeah.
Just to maybe...
I would be putting my rook on f8.
And c5,
C5.
Wei Yi challenging white's pawn construction.
Yes, and at the same time, look, whoops, now it was supposed to be in diagonal. Looking to open up the diagonal for his bishop.
And, okay, just again to update you, Magnus Carlsen has won with the black pieces against Kirill Shevchenko. And Gukesh, 34 seconds left on the clock. He does get a 2-second time bonus. Wei Yi has just over 1 minute and 10 seconds. And now Wei Yi is going on the offensive, just hounding this knight from c4. It is a bad position. Oh, the knight finds itself on the edge of the board, and I'm thinking about
a6.
A6 is a nice move.
Just to keep the knight.
Exactly.
Now this invites knight d5 as well as knight f5. Two very nice squares, and that rook on e8 turns out to be perfectly, beautifully placed. I'm looking at knight f5 as well as knight d5.
I'm also looking at the rook swinging across the a4.
No, look at that.
Hunting down those weak pawns.
Oh my
because
goodness.
I wanted to play b4, but
And
then
rook
Larsen
a1.
approach. Okay, but hang on a second.
That's a bit funny that
Bishop. There's also bishop takes the pawn as well.
he didn't go for
He
it.
didn't go for it.
Check. That was what he wanted. He wants to bring his knight to d3, and frankly, the rook was actually in the way on the f4 square, so that was the purpose of rook a4, just to vacate the square with the tempo. And he's back.
Yeah, he's.
And it's beautiful.
It is absolutely beautiful. He
Bishop
has
takes
full
c3.
control. Bishop takes c3, will net a pawn, and the knight is looking at the f2 point with laser focus. Rook e f8, therefore doubling up is good, and that's exactly what Wei Yi has gone for.
Whoa!
Do you cash in your chips with knight takes?
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, he's
Very
reaching
much so.
for it, and Gukesh, 6 seconds left on the clock, and a terrible
Rook e4
position.
check. Rook e4 check. But
18 seconds for Wei Yi. Rook
And
e4 check.
knight goes back to g4.
And knight comes to g4, setting up a pin. King to d3, and yeah, these.
Good play by Wei Yi. Very good play.
And I like how he makes use of the fact that white's knights are connected. They can't really move away from each other. It's just the worst setup for knights.
this
Knight
is
takes
just
knight, and that's a handshake from Gukesh.
Terrible
and
opening.
Wei Yi in business mode.
It sure is. Let's jump